Good morning. Welcome to FYI. How are you folks doing today? It's Thursday, believe it or not. It is Thursday, the 11th day of January. We're almost halfway through the new month. How do you guys feel about that? We're just about halfway through the new month. Let me make sure we're not. Yep. Just as I thought. We're just about halfway into the new month. I know lots of you say new month. Me good time with that. New month? When is payday? That's what interests me. When is payday? We're halfway there. But halfway. Good morning, folks. Welcome to FYI. All of you guys who are joining us from the various places. Who do we have with us this morning? We got Simon Black. We got Rastaman, Shelly the Ritter. I see Rihanna Mingo is here as well. Claire Alexis Chamley Richmond is with us too. Good to have each and every one of you with us. Yeah, it's quite a morning. It's quite a morning. We hate to play the role of a prophet, but we told you guys about that Pirara Bridge there in the Rupununi, where we were a couple of days ago. Last week, this time, as a matter of fact, 1 week ago, I left for Region 9. It was Wednesday of last week. It was a good flight in. Young pilot was a little rough on the landing, but all things being considered, the Beechcraft was a good flight in to Lethem in Region 9. And, you know, we had to do what we had to do on the ground there. We did what we had to do on the ground there in Lethem, folks, to get you valid and credible information. And one of the things we're following there in Lethem is the Pirara Bridge crossing, a very, very integral and critical road link, a bridge link there in Lethem. And overnight, we heard that bridge has collapsed. Overnight. I don't want to say I told you so, because if our Guyanese brothers and sisters have to be waiting for hours to cross there, don't want to be the one to say, I told you so, Camille Cox, Claire Capel, and Robin Kendall, Pretty Milicia. Lots happening. Quite a few things happening. Camille and Robin, how are you folks doing this morning? Good to see Maxine Monroe on the live, Yvette Juna, Cheryl Sherrod is here too. Good to have all of you on the live this morning. You know, I won't fret if you all send us some stars. I won't fret if you all send us some emojis. You share the live. You buy a sticker or two on Facebook, on the tube. Our tubers. Good morning to all our tubers. Eric Williams and Dexter Charles, Sandra Hanover on the tube. Sandra's on the tube, very tech savvy. See, us big people gotta stick together, you know. Tech savvy folks. Gotta stick. We can do 1 and 2 tutorials about navigating Facebook, navigating social media, and so. You see, bring it all in slow. Debbie Collins, good to see you, Debs, and Diamond as well. Debbie Collins is on with us, but not quite Diamond, but more Providence than Diamond. That's a Debbie. That's a Debbie. Paul Charles is here too, and Chanel and Irvin Doncook and Singh is here with us as well. Lots happening. So last week, this time, y'all boy, I was flying into Region 9. I was flying into Region 9. I don't like flying. I don't like flying. Any place where my foot can't touch the ground, I ain't too fun. Who's with me here? Paul Charles. Who's with me here? Sharon Griffith. I like being in a new place. I don't like the long drive. I considered going with a bus, but I said, look, by the time the bus meet, I'm what? 36. By the time the bus meet. So I said, you know what? We need maximum time on the ground. So we're going to fly. We're going to fly. Made an executive decision. We're going to fly, boys. We're going to fly. Last week, Wednesday, we were flying into the interior. That's a good flight. This young man who put the plane down. I ain't trust him. Watch him as a suspect. Don't trust him. But one of the issues we covered while we were there, it's back in the news. It's in the news. No, it's in the news. We got to start cooking in this place, you know. This thing there for decoration. We got to start frying 2 eggs and little bacon and so on. Got a couple of chamomile something here. Lemon or jasmine or something. Chamomile something. Chamomile honey. Thank God for the advent of tea bags. Chamomile honey. I'm at that age and stage in my life, folks. I beg your pardon. I'm at that age and stage in my life. So we got a lot happening. Dolly Anderson, Marcy Daniels, we got a lot happening. You all getting cake left over? You know, I feel like a little vexed with Diamond and my black cake. She who shall not be named. Sheila Hazel, Bushmaster. They who shall not be named. You see? I ain't got no cake this year. Some of you are getting out your hand, you know. It's not you, Lisa, talking to. It's the others getting out your hand. I ain't talking about Winella, I ain't talking about Orwin. Brenda, but some people getting out their hand, you know. Right? Out the hand. Gisela, Roman, Lorraine, some folks getting out the hand. Folks, as you run with us, hundreds of you already, y'all fast. Why don't you take the opportunity to share the live and smash that emoji button as well? Good, folks, as we start our Thursday, we're right there. Folks, you know, we took that couple of days off, and I feel like I need some more. You know, I spent most of the time working. I mean, I didn't mean to work and catch up with some reading. Folks, I've done 2 books for the year already. Let me tell you, I didn't want to sound too impressive because it's not so. I have found that my physical reading of the book is now slow down a little bit. I told you all, looking after my mouth this year. When you like to talk plenty, you got to make sure the mouth looking good, folks. Looking after that, I got to look after my eyes as well, replace my glasses. So my reading has slowed down a little bit. So I picked up now, I work around. You got to find a work. In 2024, we stronger and harder in 2024. Find a workaround. On the audiobook. And I'm on my second reading of my second book for the year. Because I'm in the old school. You see, when I'm reading a book, I'm underlining and highlighting. And I make notes from that too. Books are so different. So I'm right now trying to continuing my Kindle e-book and the audiobook. I take my notes in. So I'm torn 2 lovers. I'm on Kindle and I do the audiobook too. Torn between 2 lovers, feeling like a fool, loving both of them, and breaking all the rules. And that's so nice, like that. Like that should be a song, you know. Torn between 2 lovers, feeling like a fool. Yeah, them words fit nicely together. Chamomile and honey, folks. What's happening at your end? What's happening at your end? Yolanda wants to know what's going on in the coalition with the reshuffling. Reshuffling? Pim. Next thing I gone from here, I'm shuffled out from host. You see? So I can touch the lightly. At least I'm shuffled out from host. Tomorrow you wake up and there's somebody else here. Another Rasta take my place. Yolanda wants to know what's happening with the reshuffling. Abir says it's cold. Let's focus on what Abir is saying here. Abir is saying it's cold. Happy New Year, folks, to all of you might be joining us for the first time. There's a lot of things happening, folks. Happy New Year to you and your family. Find a workaround. Impediments stand in your way. They shuffle you out, they shuffle you in. Find a workaround. I'm king for that. Not about working harder, but smarter, folks. And we can be touching some other places. Folks, listen to me. We ain't shuffling your money in nor out. But we didn't even ask you guys to contribute to our trip to Lethem. You know how much you go to Lethem, folks? Huh? You ready for it? You ready for it? You want how much you go to Lethem? 84,000 return to go to region 9. Right? Then you add 3 nights at a hotel at 12,000. 3 nights at 12,000. And then you can do food. Maybe put another 20, 25 to food. Oh, I have some lovely food in Lethem. You should taste the meat in Lethem. I see why Greg Quinn come back. Because they say he sampled a lot of meat. You should taste the meat in Lethem. My God. Right? My God. We ate a Brazilian. Sorry, we ate at a Brazilian establishment. You should taste the meat there, boy. Succulent, melting in your mouth. You want that meat in your mouth all the time. I see why Greg Quinn come back. This country nice. We ate at a Brazilian restaurant. Nice time. Nice time. We didn't ask you guys, but we want to get you guys credible and valid information. All right? Credible and valid information. I see Kishan Sharma says 218 people share the live. Please share the live. Share the live. So that's the money we spent. And a few extras because you meet somebody, you give a little thing here, give a bracelet, so on. And we haven't shown you all that we didn't let them. We're pacing ourselves. We're pacing ourselves. But a lot happening, folks. A lot happening, no doubt. And always in the 592. June and Gloria Justice, you are the calling here. Just what do you think, Gloria? like last year. What did you think? Gloria had a fantastic black cake year before the last. She left mode last year. Carry you to the altar. Gloria, carry you to the altar. Say hello to your husband for me. I carry you to the altar. Y'all be like Urban. Always I done share. Here, talking to y'all. They come, but don't even tap the network. You don't want to support us. You don't want to tap the network. You don't want to get the light. You just want to eat. Why do you want to God? You don't want to get. Listen, I thank God I went to the States. Where Elizabeth and the others? Margaret, we all there. We all there this morning. We all are late this morning. I should call you all up. Thanks, Kenny. I've learned now how to tip people. You used to do it once and far, but consistently now, I try to pattern myself off the Americans. The good Americans. The good Americans. The good Americans. Right? And I was shocked. Well, I shocked 2 people the other day. I shocked 2 people the other day. It was a CSR, I think was at Starbucks, and another CSR at someplace else. So look at the girl face. I put him down on the counter. She said, sir, you want me to change this for you? I said, no, I'm trying to tip you, man. She first lighted up like this. Let's be kind to folks. You all come every morning. You all eat up credible and valid information. Right? And you all even leave a tip. You're wicked. Margaret, good luck with that doctor's appointment. Please and thank you. Folks, Margaret has a doctor's appointment. Right? We hope all goes well there. We know y'all business. Who give the child father problems? The money coming. Okay, everything we in. So there's a lot happening, folks. Good luck with that doctor's appointment. Good luck, Margaret. Folks, next Monday, I have a doctor's appointment myself. That is the start of some very invasive dental interventions. Invasive dental intervention. So just after the show on Monday, I'm going to see my dentist, and then I have Parliament. And he's going to be rooting out some issues. Right? Laying down some canals and rooting out. Right? That's just the beginning. We got a series of interventions during the course of the year. So I just hope I'm back on my feet for the evening program next Monday. So good luck, Margaret, with that doctor's appointment. Keyword hope. I hope Margaret is pregnant. Is it congratulations? It just dawned on me. Is it congratulations? Folks, let me carry this program. Before we end up in problems. Before we end up in problems, I did tell you folks about this Pirara Bridge that we covered while I was in Lethem, folks. Making the arguments, looking at the issues. It costs us something to go into Lethem. And I hope some of y'all take shame out of your life. I hope some of y'all take shame out of your life and support our broadcast. Some of y'all think we walked to Lethem, you know. Some of y'all think we walked to Lethem. Oh my God, I had a beautiful experience at the Takatu Hotel. If you go to Lethem, clock in by the Takatu, nice, convenient amenities, modern amenities, very convenient, right in the heart of the township there. And we went from place to place, Maka, Karasabai, Tiger Pond. Well, St. Ignatius is around the corner. We wanted to go up to Aishalton and some of the other places, Sarama, next trip though. But it cost us something to get you guys credible and valid information. But we love it. We love it. If we could do it for free, we would. If we could do it for free, we would. It's a generous donation. We accept any amount. Don't worry about it. Any amount. You can wire it to us, you could sell it, you could cash up it, MMG it to us. You give us in a bottle, you give it in a flask. However you choose to. We welcome. I feel that out. Sheila, I was very hesitant to tell people that, help us. I share with all the shape I know. We need money, folks. We don't have the first government. We've been out here 3 years because of this. Looking at issues like this, Pirara Bridge, where a section collapsed overnight. A section collapsed. They started some work on the Pirara Bridge, replacing it with a modern structure. And then the stick. For 8 months now, the stick. They stick up. Like so many other projects of this. They stick. And so the whole refugee structure was kept in place. But you should see those vehicles that have to traverse this bridge. Those huge sand trucks, the big modern ones. Right? Some of them have an extra, what you call the back portion. cabin, whatever is that, an extra one they're dragging, like a double. Those things weigh tons and traverse this bridge. Yes, they're shipping a lot of things out to Lethem. Not only to Lethem, using the structure you see here, but shipping out. You hear a lot of stuff chicken coming to Lethem. High channel government official involved. High channel government official. We didn't want to be harbingers of bad news. But we covered it in the telephone. Ladies and gentlemen, that's what the folks telling us. Look at this is our report. We showed you guys when we were here. Let's say a couple of days ago. What we observed about this bridge. Take a look, folks, and take a listen. Welcome to the Pirara Bridge crossing here in Region 9. President Irfan Ali, in his 2024 New Year's message, said we will see a robust plan to further advance the security, architecture, and infrastructure of our communities and country. In another statement on social media, the head of state says, as a government, they will continue to work around the clock to bring continued progress, development, and prosperity home in our country. If the Pirara Bridge in Lethem is what the vehicle of progress looks like, somebody must be asleep at the wheels. The 200 feet long Pirara Bridge in Lethem is rightly being replaced by a modern structure. Rehabilitation of the bridge is costly, and the critical link has collapsed many times over the years. In 2021, for instance, repairs to the bridge cost $17 million, and businesses which depend on the trail route to bring their commodities saw millions of dollars in losses as traffic is badly delayed when the bridge is inoperable. The Pirara Bridge links North and South Rupununi and allows goods and services to be available to residents of the region. The challenges to the bridge are now man-made. The new structure is not only behind time, work on the bridge has come to a complete standstill. Residents who spoke with our publication told us that this has been the state of affairs going on 9 months now, and they are very worried about the delay, the long stall, as the rainy season approaches. The Pirara Bridge is suffering from the same delay and stall that besets so many hurriedly conceptualized programs and poorly executed projects in Guyana. Sabrok newspapers just over the last weekend pointed to delays in the Cemetery Road and Conversation Tree expansion projects in Georgetown, the Schooner to Crane Bypass, West Demerara, the Linden-Mobroa Highway, and the new Demerara Harbor Bridge. Guyana's largest infrastructure investment to date, the Wales Gas to Shore project, and its own delays is a constant source of worries for Guyanese. The newspaper said the project appears to be the brainchild of the Vice President Jagdeo, who unfortunately has a penchant for botched brainchilds. From the Skeldon Sugar Factory, which sunk Isuko, to the Chedi Jagan International Airport, which has taken some 11 years to complete. It is anyone's guess as to the fate of the Pirara Bridge in Lethem, Region 9. That's all from us at this end. Until our next broadcast. Yeah, so that was that report there on the Pirara Bridge. That was the report there, and that's a tributary of the Earring River that runs that way. Yeah, the bridges collapsed overnight under the weight of a vehicle. Yeah. Friends, family, and favorites, the thing stalled for the longest while. You know, starting is important. All right. When the PP start the project, big ribbon cutting, you can see mission accomplished, promise delivered. And then this is the promise what you hear. 9 months and counting, it's stalled up. Another one we're going to show you guys shortly, and another broadcast is the Karasmai Secondary School. That's the up to stuck and stalled. Yeah. And hundreds of other projects being executed, suffering the same fate. They started so they can get the money in hand. So you get a cut, you get a share, You can make a bread and eat your food. That's what they're doing. So come on, guys, pick up the pace. Pick up the pace. You all remember as the year started, everyone says he's going to have a national conversation and fires and the carnage on the roads and so on. Remember that? Well, the big plan is that NDCs will now be part of training, firefighting. That's what he said. The NDCs pick up the slack. You notice an NDC in Peters Hall that is controlled by the PPPC, right? An NDC. And everyone was up there recently abusing them out. Good for nothing, settle y'all. Why we got y'all here? The drains in the community bad. And these are the folks that's going to abuse down City Hall. If your own NDC that got access to your coffers, right? That got your voter confidence, suffering, something systematically must be wrong. Something systematically got to be wrong. Now, you can tell an NDC like that, like a Harry Cope, where the work that they have, they got for now be involved in facilitation of firefighting training. It matter what. And this is how the whole system is breakdown, you know. This is how the whole system has a tendency of breaking down. Let me get this stuff closer. Yeah. This is how the entire system has this tendency of just breaking down on us because nothing is functioning as it should. You see? You see? And that should be a challenge for all of us. Nothing is functioning as it ideally should. So we're watching this. This is the big thing. Oh, they got a plan. This is it. Big say hip. This is it, Chief. We've been showing you where we are. Here we go with the math. Some people say 17 fires for the year, 18 fires in 11 days. We're somewhere around 14. It's a lot of fires. So the NDCs now are going to be involved in firefighting. But let's see how it goes. Let's see how it goes. Don't be stingy on the shares, good folks. Don't be stingy in smashing that emoji button. Don't be stingy in partnering with us either. Please and thank you. Prince Hudari says the school in Linden. Yeah. The Barmere Primary School. There's another problem. Stock. They stick up. Stick and stock. Stock and stick. No, you all the fires to deal with. He said the NDCs. Their own NDCs are lagging far behind in administering the areas that they should. He comes to add to the plate. Isn't that madness? Isn't that madness? I'll put them to teach Spanish too. Put them to teach Spanish as well. See, he created more fires. Fire in Lagrange, Metamirzog, Lenora, Port-Droin, fire in Yarrocabra, Vreigslus, Providence, fire in C Fields of Fire, B Fields of Fire, Sovereign, fire in Port Moran, fire. That's it. And think some of these things through. Please and thank you. Let us turn our attention now. Let's turn our attention to the Minister of Governance, Gail Teixeira. Yes, recently the minister too busy. Right? Too busy for the Public Accounts Committee meetings that are had every Monday. They're too busy. But too busy doing what? You see, this is a Public Accounts Committee meeting. You're going to interrogate issues like the Pirara Bridge crossing. He's at the Public Accounts Committee meeting. You're going to rationalize issues like the Barmia Primary School that was given to Hits and Jams, or Boys in Entertainment, that are yet to be completed. It's in the Public Accounts meeting you're going to scrutinize the $1 billion price tag to the presidential travels and Aria Travel and her Van Arpel shopping there in New York. You're going to scrutinize how big Gail Teixeira phone bill is. Probably $5 million a month now. You're going to scrutinize who's selling phone card and got $16 billion in an account, and who to save and build a big mansion over the river there at Lenora, and swimming pool and servants' quarters and all of that. It's in the Public Accounts Committee. You're going to engage the scrutiny of the national spending. And Gail said the ministers, they're too busy for that. They're too busy. But just a few short months ago, Comrade Teixeira was singing a different tune when they changed the quorum, which used to be any 3 members of the PAC constituted a meeting. Any 3 members, out front parts, any 3 members. They changed the quorum requirement that you have to have members of the government represented. At least 2 or at least 1 or. So once they don't show up, the meeting can't go forward. Now Gail says ministers are too busy to go to these meetings every week. That's what she said. You think we got work for do? On April 14th, hear what Gail said. April 14th, 2022. 2 years ago. Hear what Gail said. Hear this. The change in the rules governing the quorum is essential to maintaining efficient and accurate scrutinization. She needs a good scrutinization of the use of public funds. You heard that? The change in the rules governing the quorum is essential, the learned minister said, to maintaining efficient and accurate scrutinization of the use of public funds. The minister spoke directly to instances where a quorum was established and decisions were made by the committee without members of the government being present to scrutinize the process. The quorum being amended is not harmful. Old Comrade Gail said, it is not harmful. It will in fact ensure that both sides have 2 on each side, and that you don't have to have everybody, but you have to have 2 on each side to make sure the work goes forward. That's what the old Comrade Gail said. To make sure the work go forward. 2 on every side. Right? 2 on every side. Woman in front and a man behind. 2 on every side. To make sure the work go forward. Folks, the PPP has since missed more than 25 meetings. The PPP have missed more than 25 meetings. It means that the scrutinization of that Pirara Bridge project cannot be had because you can't constitute a meeting with opposition members only, thanks to the PPP. It means you can scrutinize that conversation tree road project that is badly delayed. You can scrutinize the Harbour Bridge project that is behind time as well, the new Harbour Bridge. You can scrutinize the Wales Gas to Shore project that is in a conundrum all of its own, because they have changed the rules of the game. And once they're not there, the meeting can be constituted. But Gail had promised, just like the PPP loves to promise. Oh, this is not going to be hurtful. Well, if this is not hurtful to the interest of our Guyanese brothers and sisters, what else is? She said, ministers too busy to come and give an account how the government spending your monies. They're too busy spending it to come and account for how they're spending it. That is wrong. That is very, very wrong. And as I move on from this topic, right? As I move on from this topic, here what the learned Attorney General said on the very matter. He said, I reject, this is April 21st, 2022, I reject, says the reject, I reject the call of those in the public domain who argue that an increase in the quorum from 3 to 5 in the Public Accounts Committee constitutes an attack on accountability. That's what he said. The learned Attorney General. He said, in my view, it enhances. Yeah, because missing 25 meetings have the effect of enhancing accountability. That's what the Lord Minister said. It enhances it, brings greater participation. That's what happens when you're meeting. That's what greater participation looks like. They missed last Monday's meeting, as in this week's Monday meeting. There were no show again. He said it enhances participation. It brings greater scrutiny. It allows bipartisan interrogation instead of unilateral interrogation. What we have today, folks, is no interrogation. Thank you, PPP. I said tongues. What we have is no interrogation. Because Gail says, thanks to them changing the rules, the quorum of what constitutes the Public Accounts Committee National Assembly, there's no interrogation happening. So thank you. Moving on, folks. Well, I want you all to know the Chancellor acting has a plan for the judiciary. You got a plan. You know, the Chancellor acting and the Chief Justice acting should be appointed to those substantial roles. These officers of the court, these judicial officers, they have been executing their jobs with diligence. Whether you agree with their judgments or not, they are well reasoned, well thought out, and more than just the adjudicating in these legal matters, they have also to administrate the judicial system, and they've been doing well. Weren't we promised by the same PPP that we're going to look at these appointments in very short order? Well, if 4 years and counting is in very short order, I don't want to know what is. I don't want to know what is. And so yesterday, Justice Janet Cummins Edwards, The acting Chancellor of the Judiciary emphasized this strategic plan they're proceeding on that aligns with universally accepted core values, the Chancellor said, such as independence of the judiciary, Pim Pim, Shalimar Ali Haq, independence, integrity, fairness, competence, transparency, competence. Darshan Ramdani, Pim Pim, your name calling, competence, transparency, accessibility, certainty. All right, some folks say. You got to be certain, timeliness, and equality. The Chancellor says the strategic plan and the management of it will help us to meet our performance goal. That's important. Justice too long delayed is justice denied, says the great civil rights leader MLK. It will help us. It will help us with accountability. It will help us to be more efficient and effective in the work we do and the service we deliver, she said. The service we deliver. It underscores accountability. It engenders public trust and confidence in the justice system when a judiciary is accountable to the people, she said. And the Chancellor also added that interviews for vacant positions in the judiciary and magistracy have begun, and that vacant posts will be filled in short order. And I'm very happy to hear that. It's much welcome. Very welcome. Welcome in a big way. Bigly. It is welcome bigly. Yeah. Yeah. You all remember the insurance case? Let's turn our attention here. For the oil and gas industry, parent company, guarantee. Justice Sundil Kissoon had ordered that Exxon put in place this insurance that says if anything should happen out there, we don't want anything to happen out there. Rutledge, we don't want anything to happen out there. Who's Rutledge's boss again? What's the fella's name? We don't want anything to happen out there. But should anything happen, there is coverage. There is coverage. Well, attorneys for the Melinda Janky and others put in a summons to the Court of Appeal quite recently. Right? And here they're asking for that they want to see the $2 billion US parent company guarantee lodged by the oil giant. Then trust them. Well, I don't trust them neither. I don't trust them. So they want to see that. And the Court of Appeal has instructed Sanjeev Dattadin to file an affidavit in reply on or before Friday. The hearing is next Thursday. To file a reply, because this summons was filed by this Trinidadian lawyer who you see here, Sinot Jairam. Right? It was filed by Sinot Jairam on behalf of Frederick Collins and Godfrey White, who brought this litigation. We want to see the court had ordered to put this insurance in place. They said we want to see now that Exxon has complied. See? They want to see that. And I will feel much safer too. We all should feel much safer too. We want to see what's happening. So show me that they did lots of money for the insurance. You know, let me remind you all, this was the case when the judgment was handed down, I think it was in May of last year, by learned Justice Sundil Kissoon. Jagdeo launched an attack on Justice Kissoon. The very same way you hear the Attorney General lambasting magistrates because he can't get a conviction for any of these electoral bogus, fraudulent charges. Attack the judge, the Vice President did. And that was part of the discussion I had last night with Attorney Darren Wade. Attacking the court. The court issued a judgment. He didn't like it. Jagdeo and Nandilal not defending Guyanese, not defending your rights, your children's rights, and generations to come. No, no, no. They're fighting on Exxon's behalf. Because they're in the pockets of Exxon. If they weren't in the pockets of Exxon, they would have already renegotiated the 2016 PSA that they campaigned vehemently against these hypocrites. They would have already renegotiated it. But they've been bought. They don't get it 30 pieces of silver. Them boys determined to make a bread and to eat a food. And so, last May, Chief Justice Jagdeo attacked the courts. Take a listen to what he said at the time. Take a look, take a listen to what he said at the time.
The judgment, we believe, was unfair in its description of the EPA as a decrepit agency that had abdicated its responsibility. They don't know the hard work of the staff of the EPA and the technical people, what work has been done over the past year and a half on this issue. So to be so judgmental, with loose language in a judgment, basically disparages the efforts of tons of professionals who have worked at this agency diligently to ensure that this assurance is given. There is nothing called, in an insurance world, an unlimited assurance policy. The judgment.
Yeah. So there is the Chief Justice, Jagdeo, saying that he knows more law than Sundil Kissoon. You see? He knows more law than Sundil. Because he believes that standing in the garage is make your car. He believed because he did economics 50 years ago, all of those principles still apply and everything holds. Ceteris paribus. And so he launched an attack on the judge. Who he know? Who he think he is? He know about oil and gas. Well, he know about everything, Chief Justice. Chief Justice know about everything. He know the whole story. And more. So the folks want to know the judge who Jagdeo was attacking there, if the ExxonMobil is following the judge's decision. So come fools, don't chinks. Now there's a headline we see often. Little Dubai. There's a spot somewhere in Kitty with that name. Either as the full name or part of it. I see it on a fence when I'm passing there. Little Dubai spot. Local economic prospects remain impressive. Oh, they like this kind of theme. This was a headline in this morning's Chronicle. Local economic prospects impressive. If you want to know if local economic prospects impressive, read Monday's Starbuck News. Starbuck News should send me cut me a check, for the amount of shout outs we give them. Should cut us a check. Right? When we see the check, we must shut him out. He must be flabbergasted and floored. It must be an indecent proposal. You know the kind of way? Must make me blush. Your face must turn red. An indecent proposal. Read Starbuck News Monday. Every Monday they have a story they cover on how people dealing with the cost of living. You're going to know the economic prospects. Impressive. But I like these things that look nice on paper. World Bank's latest economic report titled Global Economic Prospects. The Caribbean economies are expected to grow 7.6% in 2024, 5.4% in 2025, and expanding 4.6% after expanding 4.6% in 2023. Guyana's economic outlook far outstrips regional counterparts. Far outstrips. The region's accelerated growth is expected to be 4.1% in 2024, 3.9% in 2025. We've outstripped because of our resource boom. Guyana's economy is expected to grow 38.2% this year, right? And 15.2% in 2025, which is the highest and only double-digit projections in the Caribbean. That's what the Chronicle, the dreams they're selling. You develop nice on paper, but don't take me word for it. Don't take happy word for it. Read Starbuck News. How people deal with the cost of living. We're feeling this 38.2%. We're feeling 6.5%. Right? And even that you can't really feel because inflation gone with that before you could touch it. We're feeling 15.2%. This look nice on paper. It's like when I was just completing high school. Or some of y'all think I just jump out of the sky. When I was just completing high school, I wanted to study economics. I was out here selling dreams to myself. It's the worst kind of dreams. I was out here selling dreams. I want to do economics. You see, my first year with economics, my Lord. Yeah. I didn't like it. They didn't like me. I was fascinated by my lecturer, though. Oh, she was something. She was something. Right? It's one of the class I never sleep in. I'm always at attention. Always focused on what was happening on GWLT stage. I ain't blink. Soon as a woman take the stage, sir. What was it in those days? Econs 110 and 115? Is that what it is, sir? Yeah. That lecture on the stage was like an indecent proposal. You should see me blushing. Right? But I think I was focused on the wrong things. Now looking back, the grades wasn't too nice. You see, econs for me looking nice on paper. Right? Economists, they're looking nice on paper. But in reality, read Starbuck News, how people coping with the cost of living. You know the whole story. You're going to know the whole thing. We're not feeling. They said this year, Guyana's economy forecasts to grow 38.2. We're feeling that. The 0.2 perhaps. We're feeling. The 38, elusive. But I like these hurly-flurry. Right. They like this kind of thing. So yes. You can carry it to the supermarket. You can take that to the bank. You see? You just read that, your net value gone up. Yasmin Henry, you just read that, your net value gone up. You know the whole thing. Once you read that. You see? Why is the reality of it so elusive? Why is it? How they can show a contract they're not executing? Or ribbon they ain't cutting? Or contract like the Pirara Bridge? It's all 9 years now. And they're moving because they thief out the money or something like that. Huh? Contracts like that. Some roads built yesterday, done mashing up. Bridges built yesterday, done falling apart. Forbes born and built a road years ago. It's now it's showing some signs of old age. Years ago, PPM bill, nothing yet could touch it. PPM bill, nothing yet that can touch it. How many years ago, folks, was the Linden Suicide Highway built? Huh? How many years ago, those of you, the historians, was the Linden Suicide Highways? No. They got to do some work in it. They said it's going to cost $183 million. But this is what, 50 years later? 30 years later? Roads built yesterday like biscuit. Some of the contractors should be in jail. Criminals. Because if the road costs 50 million, right, they build it with 2, and then the rest bust up. Them and the PPP boys. It's now the Linden Suicide Highway. Showing some signs. Right? How many years ago, folks, was it built? Now it's showing some signs. That road stood up, side day by the other, for generations to come. They both building wharfs and floating away. Projects ain't even meeting completion. Delay, stall. Projects not even reaching completion. That's what we got to deal with in this place. Not even reaching completion. And we have this money going then. Friends, family and favorites. That's where all the money going. Now look this here now. No crime plan. You call the station, they ain't got vehicles. Well, the folks in Lama Spring get vexed. They now buy some vehicles and get the police. They say, look, what else you want now? We got to buy the guns for all the boots, the clothes. We got to send lunch and dinner and so on, and some snacks. Take a couple of vehicles, man. How many communities call the police station and here? We don't have a vehicle. See, people in Lama are smart. People in Lama Springs, Bel Air, smart. You don't have vehicles now? Take vehicles in your scale. What do you tell me now? If we put the vehicle at least, you could man it. Right? What are you going to tell me now? Take vehicle in your scale. See, my only regret is that all communities in this country can't do this. So police, take gun, take vehicle, take baton. Do your work now. Pam Halls, Chinsing Henry, Rishi rather, take vehicle. Let me see where excuse can be now. Oh, Sergeant don't come to work. Oh, Constable late. Take vehicle now. What are you doing with all the money? What are we doing with all this oil and gas money? Please and thank you. What are we doing with it? It's so sad. Look, some of the other things we're covering quickly before we let you go. Cops urged to aggressively pursue suspension of licenses for reckless drivers. Oh, that's the innovative thing we're doing to curb the carnage on the roads. Eh? When a bus slow down die, then you can suspend license of the dead driver too. Eh? Little too late. When the driver done gone to the great beyond, he carry 15 people with him, then we can suspend license. Things are nice in this country, men thief and garbage bins. You see? Thief in your garbage and the bin. It's high income, 38.5. We ain't feeling it. Men thief in garbage bin. 2 men got 9 months for thieving in a garbage bin. Sivan's garbage bin worth 68,000. 68 by 9 is how much? We can spend more in food and so on to house them. Right? So they probably didn't aim to thief the garbage bin. It's home they want to go. You just buy them a bus ticket. So, but let me thief the bin and go back. We can get three square meals a day. The bin worth 68. They get jailed for 9 months. 9 divided 68 is how much? We can spend more in food, tea, breakfast, and dinner. Then thief the bin. His home, the Chinese. His home. We should save them that, you know. Right? You should get a help desk. People come and say, look, is food they're really coming for? That's what thing. You see parties pack out now? Wedding house pack out? Right? When you call somebody to attend to, you send an invitation, people calling you, like they're calling me, Angel and Jermaine in getting married. Big wedding, cow killing, goat and so. Big thing. People asking, y'all frying egg, y'all got chips? You got cokes? Any pizza? You send invitation, they want to, what's the menu? Things you can't afford, they come by unit. Let me get help desk. Don't let me teach people bid and all that. You get help desk, people could come and say, lock me up for 3 months. Tea, breakfast, and dinner. 2 men, tea for bin worth 68,000. How you busting that for make sense? How you busting that for make sense? Now we can spend more than that for house them. For the 9 months. Maybe 968,000. If not more. It's home them boys who want to go for 6 square meals. Things tight. That's the passport. We can try for drop this bin. Right? So you got that happening. 4 companies signal interest in the new process for the Mile of Fall. People buying gold now still. Show interest. Right? I mean, they want the project, you know. Show interest could be. Is what the thing is about again? A Mile of Falls. You know, I like when I talk about a Mile of Falls. It brings back such fond memories of Fip Motilal, who had no qualifications in building a road. See, he had a business somewhere in the US. When Kaitro News turned up, his old derelict building there had no connection to him. Oh, you gotta love the PPP. Oh, you gotta love them. Right? Then like Copa Airlines getting a little bit like Flight Jamaica. Passengers were stranded as Copa Airlines canceled flights. Copa was citing that the FAA grounding of Boeing planes caused their cancellations. Right? I would vex, but I'd be happy that the door didn't fall off when I fly. I would be very upset, Naomi Drucker, that the flight was canceled. But later when I talk, I said, it's a good thing, you know. Because how the door fall off the last plane there. Mightn't end well. So there's a lot we're dealing with, folks, in this country of ours. There's a lot. Plenty, enough. Enough, folks. It's plenty enough. That we see. But we're going to leave it there, Rishi. We're going to leave it there. Out front parts and Debbie Collins, Edward Brooms, Esther Cumberbatch, Annette Cummins. We're going to leave it there for today. Valid, credible information. If you come and you share your life, what you can do? go some way for y'all this year. That's why we do. If you come and you share the life, you partner with me. It's another day in the 592. That's going to do it for us today, send folks. Stay safe. Thanks for joining us, Sheena and Brenda and Osman. Some of the issues we're contending with. Wenda, Brenda, thanks for joining us. Each and every one of you. Angie Christianberg, thanks for joining us. Rastaman, thank you, folks. We're going to see you guys on the next one. Naomi said, done share. Thank you, Naomi. Smash the emoji button for me. Partner with us. Let me go down the road. That's our time, folks, and that's our program. Have a productive day. Watch for them, boys. Be vigilant out there. Watch how you are using the roads. Please and thank you.